What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one, Detroit, okay? Episode 9, okay? It's going in deep. Without further ado, I'm not going to hold you. Let's go in.
Love and Marriage, Detroit.
Like when it came to your mom, your dad, it just felt like I was always open game and nobody ever came to my defense.
Never in a million years would I thought I would have to protect my wife from my own family.
The march is dealing with us bringing the young men and the brothers, all of us together. So it's about men learning how to become men.
You don't have the decency to call people.
And what does that have to do with you, ma'am? I still need a little bit of clarity with LaToya. She immediately points me out to be the bad person. I just want to get to the bottom of why this keeps happening. At this point, it looks like it's a problem.
You know what's coming? You know what's coming next week, right?
I'm gonna put my brother, my partner, Lyrique, on there too.
Lyrique has been poaching my client since I started Star Factory.
I can invite whoever I want.
Book a getaway with Marriott Bonvoy and discover your personal paradise. Savor a new adventure.
Brandon, if I had an issue with you, I would have made sure the showcase didn't happen. That's it. It's no issue with you. I'm telling you face to face, dog. I don't have an issue with you.
Bro, just back up a little.
No, chill out. I'm telling you like a man, eye to eye. I don't have an issue with you, bro.
Close, bro.
Bro, I don't have an issue with you.
Anytime you can smell what somebody had for lunch, you too close. You in my space, bro. Like, back up.
You face to face, dog.
Anthony's not a true friend. I mean, you know, he can say all he wants out his mouth, but his actions clearly show that we are not boys.
It's been this.
I have to agree with Brandon on this because, you know, like I said, I rocked with Anthony a lot, but I'm starting to see some cracks in his armor, so to speak. I have to rock with Brandon on this one. He hasn't been moving like a friend. He seemed to have everybody's best interest at heart except for Brandon. He's gonna invite, you know, a dude who's been sweating his wife, Brandon's wife, this Lyrique guy been sweating, you know, Christina, and Brandon don't want him in the showcase. So why are you trying to invite this guy? Like, and you can't tell me who to invite and all this other stuff. He got everybody's interest at heart except for Brandon, and he ain't rocking with Brandon. I don't like that at all. I agree with Brandon. Let's go.
Disrespect here on both sides. You see what I'm saying? And I've been trying to just clear some stuff up, period. So my thing is this, I'm willing to rock with you. I'm willing to move forward. I'm willing to keep studying the word of God with you. I'm willing to build with y'all. I'm glad we got brothers that we check each other and we able to have conversations, but you gotta be willing to do the same thing.
I'll think about it, bro.
That's cool. I don't have no issues with that.
I hope y'all do work it out, bro.
We're just gonna agree to disagree again.
Business-wise, me and Anthony definitely got to be on the same page when it comes to this showcase. Top priority right now is making this showcase a success because my brand depends on it, and that's really, you know, that's the top priority.
I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth, period.
You ain't got to, bro.
Cool.
I mean, the wives should be coming back anytime soon.
You're right about that.
I'm trying to spice things up a little bit, you know.
You guys have a great reason to spice things up because Russell wants his junior.
Talking about this, you
are young. You are young.
Don't jump on their bandwagon. Do not jump on there. Because these two,
You are young.
they keep on saying it. I am exhausted. I commend moms with 2 and 3 under 2 because, baby, I don't got it in me. Not right now.
Oh, they back. Ladies!
Hey, baby,
Look like they
daddy.
had fun.
Oh, it looked like they had a jolly old good time. How was the water?
Yeah, we
nice.
went over to the island over there, so.
Oh, y'all went to an
We didn't get off.
Did you have fun?
You look like
We've
you
been
had
on dry
fun.
land the entire time.
We had a little beach party.
Were y'all having juicy conversations?
Oh, we just had a beach party.
Oh, okay, just checking. Babe,
Yeah.
you almost ready?
Yeah. Are
Yeah, right? Or yeah. Let me come check.
you? You know it'll only take me 3 minutes. You look nice.
Thank you, babe.
How was the boat?
We had a great time, the girls. I made sure to sit by Latoya. I did that on purpose. I just wanted to show her that, like, I'm cool. Although I do feel like there's still a conversation that needs to be had between her and I. I still feel like no matter what Latoya and I say to each other, there's still a little weirdness between us that I just can't put my finger on. But I hope we can get to the bottom of this. You guys are playing football. I saw football.
I mean, we tried. We tried to have some fun, but
Any good conversation?
pretty much just a repeat.
Of what?
Me and Anthony part 2.
Again?
Am I tripping, or is the same way you feel about Latoya having a target on your back? Am I tripping to feel like Anthony has a target on me as well?
I wouldn't say you're tripping, no.
It's weird. I don't know what his thing is with me.
How did this conversation even come up? I thought you guys were gonna have some fun.
He brought up your boy.
Who was my boy?
He wants to have your boy be a judge
Who is
on
my
our
boy?
showcase. Lyrique.
Oh, okay. Sean is...
That was funny. Who is my boy? Who is my boy? Lyrique? Oh, okay. Yeah. She didn't try to deny it, or she didn't try to, like, man, okay. I didn't mean that literally. Is that really your boy? For real? Wow. I just found that interesting. Let's go.
who everybody calls Lyrique. I've known him as Sean. I met him as Sean. He gonna be Sean to me. But you know, Sean and I worked together many, many moons ago before I ever moved to Detroit, before there was ever any Brandon and Christina, before I even knew Brandon. Lyrique was my producer. But then he's had his love thing for me. It was just kind of getting weird. So I kind of just had to make a decision. And I kind of like just let things between me and Sean's friendship kind of just fall to the wayside. So before today, prior to today, you told him that you don't mess with him?
No, I told him today.
And he still
And he still was adamant about bringing Lyrique onto this showcase, having another target on my back.
Okay. Smells mighty good.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, my name is Robert, and the little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of...
Hey, let's go. It's time to eat.
It's the last night, and we hired a chef to cook us a nice meal. And I'm just hoping and praying that we can get through this with no drama and just end it on a good note.
A little drama.
Hired a chef to cook a good meal? I wonder if she can cook. I don't think she can cook. You know, she's a doctor and all, but I don't never see her cooking. I'm just interested in it. I think Anthony probably do most of the cooking in the house. The good doctor, I want to know what she does other than be a doctor and do her champagne line. Fair question. I just wonder if she can cook, because it don't seem like she cooks anything ever. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with hiring a chef, don't get me wrong, but show your cooking skills. Show your cooking skills. I'd like to see that. Let's go back in.
Drama's funny every now and then.
Funny, but it's not necessary all the time.
Lord, we thank you for letting us just celebrate love and marriage. I pray, Lord, that you continue to pour into all of our lives, pour into our marriages, and continue to build this up. And we just give thanks and glory and honor to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Let's eat.
For your entree, you have lamb chops with red wine reduction. And for you, I have vegan crab cakes.
Oh, wow. I'm excited.
Man, I gotta take a picture of this. And I gotta get the bottle in my shot.
Fine dining, man.
Boom. People know. Kobe is good at social media, but y'all just know my content was much better.
I can use all of it. I'll take everything that I can get. Thank you, guys.
I did bring the infamous situation box. You good, sis?
Christina's been routinely using this situation box. She says that it's a good conversation starter. Okay, I see it as trouble.
So basically, I'm gonna pass everybody a index card and a pen. So everybody is going to write down a situation anonymously. Let's keep it cute. Then we'll read them aloud and answer. I brought the situation box game because it's a great conversation starter, especially when there are situations that may be naturally uncomfortable to handle. It basically forces you to have these conversations. So I don't know what it's gonna turn into tonight. So I'm going to let LaToya do the honors.
All right, so first question. How do husbands want their wives to initiate sex? Coming up on Love and Marriage Detroit.
I just really want to know, like, did I do something, you know what I'm saying, to offend you or to make you feel like I'm this person that is bad?
It's raining, but this is a man's movement.
Where's all your people at?
Come on, fellas, y'all got me looking bad. Let's go.
All right, so first question. How do husbands want their wives to initiate sex?
I think the fellatio introduction is always a great intro.
Excellent.
Straight to it.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
No.
Pull it out, grab it, and just get to it.
Oh, okay.
Is the woman initiating like
Turn
a
on.
huge turn on?
Oh, it's a super turn.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are like the sexy, beautiful beings. You know what I'm saying? We, at times, would like to feel like sexy, beautiful beings, you know? We being me, Bravo, and Anthony.
What about Russell?
You know Russell, he got something going on over there.
He don't wear his shirt.
He got a lot going on over there.
Now, this is Mike the philosopher. Let me answer that question. How do women initiate sex with a man? What is the preferred way? Well, I found in my experiences, I like two ways. Maybe there's more, but these are my favorite two that I've experienced. Number one of my exes used to say, let me SOD, and just went for it. I was like, go for what you know. I was like, and it didn't matter where we was, in the car, in the house, she just like a pacifier. You know what I mean? I really dug that. I know that sounds a little crass, but I'm just keeping it real as a man, okay? The best way to initiate sex is that way. Like they said, the fellatio thing is a brilliant introduction into that, because you know it's going down. So my number one is, let me SOD, and she just went for it. Okay, now the second one was a more polite approach to it, and my ex would say to me, can we have sex now? Just very calmly. It was the most beautiful question I have ever been asked. Can we have sex now? And she said it throughout the day. And I thought that was spectacular. I'm like, no deal. Let's go. Okay. I'm always down. Now she was more, you know, let's just say one of them was American, one of them was not American, okay? And probably the more conservative, well, it was, the more conservative one was not American, but the one that said the first one, she was American. So those were the two different ways that I found that I just absolutely loved. My favorite question, can we have sex now? Number 2, and number 1 is, let me SOD, and just go for what you know. Just for the ladies out there who's watching, I mean, this is educational, right? So I had to tell my story. So hopefully I'm helping some ladies out there. Put it in the comments if I did. Let's go in.
It's a good dinner.
It's always nice for us to get together and just be in one's company without drama.
This has been a great time. So tired. Let's wrap it up. I'm going to sleep. Love y'all.
All right. Well,
Love y'all.
all right.
Love y'all. This is good.
Ladies, we can go. We got a fire pit.
Okay, let's go.
Y'all have fun. Enjoy the view.
I love me a good bonfire.
A little warm, but hey. I'm glad you guys could be here with us, and I'm hoping
Thanks for
to
inviting us.
get back to the city and get to work. I just want to make sure that we continue to build as friends and as sisters and just moving forward.
This is a great opportunity to bring up the weirdness between us. I'm really here to genuinely get to the bottom of it before I just completely dismiss any chance of a Christina and LaToya friendship. So pertaining to you and I know I expressed to you that I feel like sometimes when situations arise, it seems like, you want to make me out to be the bad guy sometimes. I just really want to know, like, did I do something, you know what I'm saying, to offend you or to make you feel like I'm this person that is bad?
I feel like with what we've seen over the couple of weeks, I felt a certain type of way, especially with you guys' exchanges, whether I was supposed to be involved or it didn't involve me, all that great stuff. All I saw was you're not reaching out to her when there was a situation where she needed her sister. In that exchange, I was just like, ugh, okay, what does that mean? What's behind that? Same thing with the jabs back and forth between you and Brandon. I think sometimes we don't all take accountability for things that we say and do on both ends.
As always, LaToya is judging me about situations that don't involve her and have nothing to do with her. LaToya, I think the best thing that you could have done if you wanted to be sisterly would be to, address these things as they happen in real time versus now. Friends.
Why should she do that? You asked her a question, okay? You asked her a question. What do you mean address it in real time? You asked her a question, so she's telling you now. Unfortunately, this woman is going to grow old and old and old. Christina is going to be in her 80s, never taking accountability for nothing. I promise you. And it's very sad. It would be a miracle if they stayed together, her and Brandon. It'd be a miracle. Brandon would have to be so mentally beat up that he almost expects her not to take accountability. And he will be so browbeat that he would just pretty much, believe it or not, submit to his wife. He would do all the submitting. But Christina is a lot. And LaToya is just tired of her not taking accountability. And even when she asked her a question, she's answering it, but I can promise you, Christina is going to find a way to get out of this conversation without accepting accountability. I promise you. She's going to find a way she's a master at that. She is a master manipulator. She's going to find a way to get out of this situation without accepting accountability. Let's see how she do it.
Let's go through things. I mean, no friendship is perfect. I mean, you're gonna have your ups and downs. You're gonna have times where you may not speak. But real friends are the ones that always come back around. You know, you're gonna eventually speak again. You know, you're gonna hash out the BS, you know, at the end of the day.
Are we able to just turn the page and say, you know what, me and LaToya have had our conversation, we are aligned and we're good, and I'm just gonna move forward. I'm not going to hold on to anything. She said that we're good.
Yeah, I think we can. We're good. And then, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm going into it. I'm just gonna wash my hands, let bygones be bygones.
I believe that I can move forward if Christina can be clear about what she feels, who she is, and what she wants out of this relationship. In order to have a relationship, it's a two-way street. You gotta call me, I gotta call you. We gotta have a conversation back and forth. And we can't do that if you're not being truly who you are.
Whatever has happened or has been said or whatever disagreements that we had, we can just go ahead and throw it in fire. On my end, at least,
yeah,
that's trashed, right?
Yeah.
So clean slate on my end, and you know, you're basically saying the same thing.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So I'm A1. I was A1, so I'm glad, you know, we have a common consensus here.
Now let me say this real quick. No accountability. She never apologizes. She always just say, let's brush it off, let's move on. Kobe kind of gave her an out though. Kobe said, you know, let's let bygones be bygones or whatever. And Christina jumped on that because it's a way out. It's a way out without accountability. It's a way out without apologizing. It's a way out. And the ladies are trying to find peace. So maybe it was the best thing to do. But one thing you ain't gonna never see is her take accountability or her apologize. It has to be frustrating being associated with this woman. I find Christina very attractive. I think she's a cutie. But the mentality, I could not take it. I could not take it. I don't know how Brandon does it. But he has to deal with that. I wish them nothing but the best. But at this point in time, I don't see her getting any better. Let's go in.
Coming up.
As far as a man's movement, man, I mean, I told you I was gonna reach out, you know, to a couple people, and I got a couple mentors around here. You probably heard them. I don't know if you know Marshall Scott. Speaking of the guy.
Yo.
What's up, brother?
Bravo.
How you feeling? What's up? How the expansion looking?
It's looking good. The other side's almost done.
What's the capacity on there? 100 more?
So it's 100 more over there.
100 more?
No, it's 100.
That brunch about to go crazy that we launching in September.
Yeah, we can fit everybody here.
Bravo!
Yeah.
What's up,
What's
my
up,
guy?
big dog?
How you feeling, man?
All right, man. How you doing, man?
What's going on? How you doing,
all right?
man? Vacation is over, and it's time to get back to business. Yeah. So Bravo hit me up. He mentioned to me about adding another speaker to the lineup. We're gonna have a discussion to see if we can make that happen.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I just love to see you in action, dog, running your businesses,
Man, you know, it's early morning, so we just kind of like getting stuff, you know. But as far as a man's movement, man, I mean, I told you I was gonna reach out, you know, to a couple people, and I really feel like not to step on your toes or anything.
No, come on.
You know, I got a couple mentors around here. This guy from the Metro Detroit area. Doesn't live here anymore, but built a really, really good empire, and you probably heard him. I don't know if you know Marcel Scott.
Nothing can stop me. I got the power. I'm feeling lofty. I got the X Factor.
Marcel is a great businessman who has Black Cigar Lounge. He has the Spirit Company, the Black Bottle. He has a contracting company. I mean, this guy literally has it all. You know, he literally put Huntsville on the map for what he has. So if I'm gonna speak, why not bring a guy to actually look up to that's doing the same and better than me? You know, what's up, Marcel?
Speaking of the guy.
Yo.
Sir, brother.
Bravo.
How you feeling? Yes, sir.
What up, though?
Man, what up, though, Marcel, man?
It's a pleasure to meet you, brother.
Pleasure, guy. Pleasure on mine.
Okay, you can sit right here, man.
Welcome home, man.
I was just talking about you, man.
So you know, you being from Detroit too, I gotta ask. King, CMA.
We Metro, ain't you? You Pontiac.
Bruh, I'm Pontiac.
Oh, you Pontiac? Same difference.
Around here, we from Pontiac.
Yeah, around here, yeah. You right
when
there,
I'm out
too.
of town, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
Hey, we all family, though. I known Bravo a long time. I trust Bravo. I know he gonna bring a quality guy to add on to the man's movement.
So I'm thinking, you know, presented the ideal of kind of
adding Marcel as a quality guy. Some might say is questionable. You know, I understand Marcel is a slippery businessman. You know, I mean that's the word around the streets. You know, but listen, this is Black Man Rankings. We're not going. We try not to critique so many, you know, of our people, the men and women, but we do got to keep it real, right? We do got to keep it real. And he is known for being a little shiesty in business. But some would say, show me somebody who ain't that's super successful. Okay. You know, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, you know, they stole material to get where they is. Mark Zuckerberg, he's pretty much stole Facebook. So, you know, some would say all is fair, love, war, and business. Okay. All that being said, let's go in.
you speak, and I really feel like that it's almost right up its alley as far as what we're looking for, you know, with the man's movement. I mean, people need to see what you've built. And I know you guys are coming back looking at, you know, putting another black here, but, you know, before you even guys, you know, break ground on that, I still want your vision to be displayed, you know, to the people that he brings out. I mean, he has a great outreach.
So what we're doing is we're getting information out to the community, to all the men, on how to vote, how to understand policy, dealing with men's health. We also, with the young men, with us business owners, we want to help do placements to where they do internships, training. So also a business like Bravo or yours, training youngsters how to come in, they can intern, or they might have a job depending on how your business set up. Right. And then they're actually learning, y'all like mentors to them. And it's like changing mindset.
The black man has not been, they're the victim of a lot of propaganda.
I believe that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you start looking at this stuff, dog, it's not what you think it is. Yeah. Like we not as violent as people say they are. We
over-police.
No, we over-police, and we not as violent. We are much more thinkers. We're much more entrepreneurs. Where you're at, where I'm at, is because we saw it and we wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And something inside of us built it and said we knew it was possible.
100%.
I think Marcel is gonna be a great addition to the man's movement. I think he's about 85% there, understanding what the man's movement is about. He's coming in with his own ideas and thoughts of things, which I think is gonna help push things forward even faster.
I personally would love it if you did come in, you know, and spoke for.
You definitely gotta do it.
You want this one here, Drew?
Yeah, we want you to speak on the man's movement.
Oh.
I need you.
Yeah, man, I'll be honest, thank you.
We wanna like build this brotherhood and this partnership, like from Michigan to there and wherever else we all go together. I just know that we can do big things together.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for the invitation, man. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd love to, man. Just let me know what I need to do. Major topics I can fall in line, but yeah.
Let me say this. Shout out to brothers who are coming together, man, and building business. I love to see this shit, for real. I love to see this with You know, these brothers coming together and building together. Marceau stepping in and offering whatever he could offer to the cause. Flew in from out of town now. Some might say it's, you know, probably due to the shows they got going on. You know, it's a good look for Huntsville brand, okay, to support the Detroit brand for the Love and Marriage series franchise. But nonetheless, if you guys, you know, hop on a plane from Alabama to Detroit and show some love. I mean, I guess he's from Detroit, from Pontiac, so that's dope. I didn't know that. So, you know, he gonna fly in, he gonna support his boys, and you know, love to see this, man. Love to see this. And he said, look, however else I can help, you know, just let me know. And we gotta do this more. We gotta build more as men, and build communities and infrastructures and stuff like that. So you know, this is inspirational, but it has to keep going. Okay, so it starts with hitting that like. So why don't you hit the like button on this channel, ladies and gents? Hit that like. I would appreciate that. And show your support in that very small but very important way. I would appreciate that. All that being said, let's go back in.
Coming up.
Woo. Lord Jesus.
Where is the sign?
It was supposed to have been done already.
So do you have a table? You can put it, you got a tablecloth?
I'll be honest with you guys, don't care about that.
I know, but I do.
We're doing our best, dear.
It goes like this and it goes like that.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, it's my birthday, and I came to see my mom because of tradition that she always makes my favorite cherry chip cake. You got no forks on deck so I can check out this cake?
You'll be cutting the cake in a minute. Look at your card.
Okay. Me and my mom, I wouldn't say we have the greatest relationship. We have a decent relationship. We don't really communicate. And, you know, we just seem to be okay with that. Happy birthday to my favorite oldest son. Love you forever, Mom. Okay, there's no...
You've never doubted that I've loved you.
Correct.
Right.
It's just not hearing it, you know?
Well, I used to say it when you were little all the time, but it just didn't seem appropriate that much anymore when you grew up.
Well, maybe we can start doing that. It sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but I made a verbal commitment to start therapy. So I want to get some things off my chest, and I think it'd be beneficial if we do it together. I do feel like, you know, we could talk more. I do have communication issues within my marriage, you know? I am not a communicator. I am not somebody that is good at it, and Christina looks at it as like trauma.
If you grow up in a household where when you don't communicate, it's not normal to communicate or for anybody to correct you. Your mom did not correct you.
I mean, you're right. I don't like being told what to do.
Do you feel there was trauma?
Well, I feel like I have a severe lack of emotion. And I feel like that can only stem from some kind of trauma. I'm not gonna say it was easy growing up in the hood with a white mother.
It wasn't easy being white in the hood either.
I know.
Touche.
I know that. Growing up in the middle of Detroit with a white mother, you just felt different, you know? So you felt like you kind of didn't all the way belong sometimes. My father, we didn't spend a lot of quality time until after they got divorced, and that's what created this great bond. My father passing away definitely put some things into perspective. You only come with two parents, I only got one left, and we don't have the greatest relationship, so while she is still here, I would like to try to get a much better relationship with my mother.
So overall, how are you feeling about the therapy thing?
You know, I just don't want it to feel like, oh my God, it's just one more thing I gotta do.
Oh man, I understand. I got a lot going on too.
How do you see it improving our relationship?
I mean, I don't know how I see it. I just know that it can go up from where it's at.
You know, I know Brandon wants to have therapy with me, and I have no problem with it, but I'm okay with things the way they are. Well, I'm willing to try it. I don't know I want it to do this long term.
Me neither.
My mother has agreed to go to therapy, and that terrifies me because we've never had real conversations. So I know it's gonna be a very uncomfortable experience for me, but at this time, this is what's needed, so I'm ready to do it.
Okay, so let's do this again.
Without your phone.
My phone is nowhere in sight, and it's blowing up because it's my birthday.
Okay.
Let me say this, man. You only get one mother. Mend that relationship while you possibly can. Trust and believe. I lost my beautiful mother in 2020 when COVID hit, okay? And you always say to yourself, I could have said more, I could have done more, could have visited more, things like that. So if you got a chance to make amends with your mother, do that. Same thing with your father. If you got a chance to do that with your father, do that. You only get one bio father, one bio mother, okay? You may have, steps here and there, and they can help fill in the gaps, but you're only born by two people, okay? And one can't do it without the other. The father can't do it without the mother can't do it without the father, okay? Let me say this also. I know this is probably a economic issue, but women in the hood, apparently it doesn't matter whether you're black or white, we have to get better with raising boys in the hood. And I'm saying the fathers and the mothers, but the mothers are the first teachers of the kids. And you could really be damaged if you have a mother who don't show you no love, okay? It can psychologically damage you. And people raise boys different than they would raise girls. I think if she had a girl, she would be in contact with her daughter. But because he's a boy, she like things the way they are. She don't. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? You don't want to see your son? You don't want to mend the relationship? I mean, look, she is going to counseling, but she says she don't want to make this a habit. What Brandon is going to have to do is he's going to have to come to terms with the fact that he has that kind of mother. It is never going to get fixed. All you can pray for is that you are at peace with who she is. That's it. She is never going to change. She's way too old to change now. And it's not much incentive to change. I mean, you're out of the house. You're doing your own thing. You have your own family. She don't call you. She probably, who knows? She probably got a boyfriend who live over there when you ain't around, and kick him out when her son come visit her on his birthday. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm just saying that she's obviously comfortable with not talking to you, which can be damaging, but you have to be at peace with knowing that you have that kind of mother. But I don't want that to excuse the mothers or the fathers. We have to do a better job of raising our kids. Period, point blank. I don't care if you're black or you're white. We have to do a better job of raising our kids and checking on their mental health. If they are screaming out for help, we need to come to their aid. It could make a world of difference. Brandon obviously, see, and what I don't like is Christina is using this to manipulate him in certain types of ways because she know his past with his mother and his father. I'm not saying she don't have a point as far as the communication part, but I don't think she's using it for good. I think she's using it as something to hold over Brandon's head because she's a manipulator. But a part of me, man, really feels for Brandon. And at this point in this season, I'm really on Team Brandon because he got to deal with a whole bunch of women who are just heavy. Okay, he don't talk to his mother. He probably feel like his mother don't really love him. He know his mother love him, but she don't never say it. And then he got a manipulative wife who is running all over him, and the guy is just. It gotta feel emotionally heavy to deal with these situations. Then he got a friend who can't wait to, I don't want to say backstab him, but just disrespect him and look out for everybody but him. Then he got another friend who threatening to break every bone in his body. I mean, this dude is Brandon is dealing with a lot of stuff, man. He's dealing with a lot of stuff. And he don't deserve all of this. I don't think nobody deserve all of this. But the brother he got some heavy weight on his shoulders, okay? Dealing with all these people, man. I mean, look, he need to go on a single vacation or we can get away from all these people, man. For real. Because they all heavy. Everybody from his mother to his wife to his friend to his associate side friend. The guy ain't got no body to count on, really. He ain't got nobody he can count on. So I'm Team Brandon, man. I hope he finds some resolve and find some solutions in this whole situation. But I kind of understand why he moving the way he do. He moving kind of like how he don't trust nobody. Now he gonna go to therapy. Let's see how the therapy go, y'all. Let's go.
Woo! Lord Jesus. Better cover that head up with them papers.
How come you don't have no umbrella?
Today is finally the Man's Movement March. I'm gonna be honest with you, I am very worried about this rain because black folks, we don't like to get our hair wet. We don't like to get our clothes wet. I mean, when it rains like this, it's a Netflix and chill moment, so.
I really want a great turnout for him. And so I really pray that doesn't deter people from coming out today.
My brethren.
What up, though?
Real quick, what I gotta say is one thing I do really like about LaToya, she support her man. She probably support her man. Well, no, Kobe does a good job of that too. Kobe, she really supports her man. and LaToya, they both support their men. So shout out to those queens. I know Christina's still working on that, but the other two ladies do a very good job at that. Let's go back again. And when I say support, I mean support in sometimes in their endeavors, as long as it doesn't inconvenience them. Okay. She didn't support Anthony when he went to Florida for a while. I think it was Florida, and Kobe, you know, they selectively support their men in certain types of ways. As long as it ain't uncomfortable for them, they'll support them. But yeah, I had to put that part in there. Let's go in.
You all set up. Hey, you all right?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Trying to get you set up.
Appreciate you.
Rain, you gotta be careful, man. You know sugar melting, Rain. Did you need anything from us?
I'm okay.
So, man, again, I appreciate you, bro.
All day.
And we're gonna
Appreciate
get
you.
rocking in a few.
All right.
Thank you.
Where is the sign?
He said they're finishing up the print on the signage right now.
Oh.
So he'll have it together. I'm not worried about it. He'll get it done.
Do that beforehand? Just in
It was
case
supposed to
you're
have been done already, but I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna be
Yeah,
thankful.
no, I get that.
Yeah.
So do you have a table? You got a tablecloth at the table?
We have tables. He has all those. He said he had it out there. He has tablecloths.
Okay.
So I don't know
Aesthetics,
when
it's
he's
just
bringing
me.
out. I'll be honest with you guys, don't care about that.
I do.
Okay, that's fine.
You think about pictures and people maybe, you know, so you want to make sure it looks
Yes, ma'am. We're doing our best, dear.
okay. You know, these things would have been there if I was setting it up. Part of me wish I was more involved, but again, that's me and my control. This is his thing, so I let him do it, and I'm gonna let it be. I know you said a couple hundred people. You think so?
I don't know 100%. We didn't change the date several times. We didn't change the time because of stuff. Like, it is what it is. Bravo, what's up, bro?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Hey, welcome to the Man's Movement.
Well, thank you. How you been? You been good?
I'm good.
What's up, bro? She in here clowning me. Like, where's the man? It's raining, but this is a man's movement. So,
Where's all your people at?
Pastor Russell.
You should.
Yo, yo.
Oh, my people are here.
We're about to have our own little church now.
Hey, I feel like we're in church. I like it. So it's 5 minutes before the event starts. There's 6 people here.
I mean, maybe he put the wrong time on the flyer.
Mr. Star Factory.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
How you feeling? I like the kids, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
Where the wifey at?
Man, couldn't even make it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Unfortunately, my baby girl, Britton, hurt herself, and so Christina won't be with me today. But I'm still showing up to the Man's Movement, and there's one big problem. It's no men's.
What up?
The
Hey, now.
Mr. Legend himself.
What's going on, man? Marcel, man. How you?
Brandon, nice to meet you.
Brandon, how you doing?
Marcel's our special guest, and I really want him to know what Detroit has to offer. The last thing I want to do is look bad in front of Marcel. Like, seriously. I'm just hoping, please let everything just come together properly.
Oh, okay. I'm here for the movement.
We wait for the men to move.
Yeah, we just, you know.
They're gonna be here. They're gonna be here.
I'm like, oh, they come through now.
They probably just didn't want to come out in the rain. Oh, I just heard some thunder. Is that thunder?
That was thunder.
They're gonna be here. They're gonna be here.
I'm like, oh, they come through now.
They probably just didn't want to come out in the rain. Oh, I just heard some thunder. Is that thunder?
That was thunder.
If this flops in front of everybody, then we've just lost all our mojo, and this was a waste of time. Wives are showing up. It's just literally more women than men right now. Where's the men?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, how you doing?
This is my dad, everyone. Bishop
Well,
Duncan.
hello, everybody.
Sister Pearl.
Oh, I've heard about all of you.
Hopefully good.
Yeah.
Men are moving. Okay, we got some. Men are moving. Here we go.
Thank you, God. The men are showing up. They didn't leave your boy hanging. I just knew it, God, that you always come through for me. The men came out to support. Thank you.
Can I have everybody's attention? I appreciate all y'all. I know it's been raining and pouring down, and this is a lot of love for you to step out in this rain. I'm going to read some things about the man movement. We're gonna let Bishop Duncan step up, and then we're not gonna be before you guys long at all. The Man's Movement is a social movement that emerged in Detroit, Michigan, which consists of groups and organizations of men and their allies who focus on self-help, faith, finances, leadership, health, politics, and gender issues.
The Man's Movement is very significant to us, and I was just having a brief conversation, and it's my conviction that we are living in a day where more men really need to step up.
Facts. He's up here saying more men need to step up, and I agree. But in order for more men to step up, more men need to be here. There's only about 24 men here, and I can't consider that a movement. That's just a mint. It's no move. That's just a mint.
Guys, the movement ain't something you can do. All right? If you want to do a movement, go get on the toilet. A movement ain't something you can do. A movement is something you got to be.
My biggest mission and our biggest movement that all of us should have, all the entrepreneurs in our arena, in our community, we need to break these chains. You can't have a young guy break the chains unless he's taught how to.
I believe you're the youngest guy in the room. Please step forward, young man. And then Uncle Fred is the oldest guy in the room. Please step up, sir. You're the oldest guy in the room, trust me.
Absolutely. That's my brother-in-law.
We're gonna go ahead and break this chain now in solidarity.
3, 2, 1.
Not easily broken.
All right, gentlemen, looks like the rain has stopped, so we're gonna go ahead and continue on and do the march. Y'all all right with that, fellas?
Yeah.
The energy in the room is so uplifting. I'm thankful for everybody that came and spoke what they spoke. It really touched my heart, and I just feel like the chains have actually been broken. It's a significant symbolic symbol of us breaking generational curses and being able to move things forward in our community. So I'm thankful today, y'all. I'm really touched.
There's plenty of things that we can do to create wealth in our community. So it's just about impact, them seeing us do it.
All right, we ain't got no signs, no.
One thing I'll say is I love the idea of the man movement. Men need to support each other because we're not gonna get it from nobody else, especially in the Black community. We gotta do it together, but it's for us to do it. And I like the idea, I like the concept. There's a saying, how do you eat a whole elephant? One bite at a time. Okay? Just one bite at a time, and it'll get done. Let's go in.
No chant. What are we doing? What statement are we making today? What is the point? I really, honestly do not understand what this walk is about.
The other day, we were talking about, you wouldn't hear, Brandon, but me, Russell, and Bravo talking about that building right there. About how, like, a bunch of us came together, drop 1,000. You don't even need a loan.
I'm thinking we're supposed to be like having a speaker with a bull's horn and actually like presenting some type of message. But it's just a lot of walking. I've definitely seen more organization, at my daughter's dance recital.
Wow. Gentlemen, I appreciate all you guys.
It was amazing. It was amazing. There was nothing like it. No, I think that overall, I mean, this is the start. This is a good exercise, but we got to take it to the next level. Actually do something in the community.
Yeah.
I want to thank Bishop Duncan for that great word that we received from you today. I want to thank all my brothers for the words y'all spoke. Bravo, Russell, Brandon, man, we gonna keep building. Be ready for the next call, because we gonna keep moving forward. And I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. The Man's Movement was more successful than what I usually do. I usually do much bigger numbers, but God showed me today it wasn't about the numbers. He gave me a lesson. Today was about substance. Today was about moving our people forward and putting the right people in position.
So, you know, this man's movement, it turned out all right, but I'm still like just a little confused as to what exactly is it?
I think I'm clear on what the man's movement is. At first, at the Father's Day event, I was confused myself. I also did not know Anthony that well. Since learning who Anthony is as a person, I think the man's movement is very clear on that piece of paper, what it is. Brandon was there when they read the mission. Did you not comprehend what you just read less than an hour ago? Like, you know what the mission is. You know why you're here today. Or are you just picking on Anthony at this point? Because y'all like to go back and forth with each other. I think it's option B.
I had my speech ready for like hundreds of youth today, men, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted for clarity moving forward, just to know what exactly that are you know what I'm saying, that we doing.
Brandon, you're hilarious. We just did something so historical together, and then you trying to throw shade at this time. It's cool. I'ma still show you love, bro. Sometimes it just takes time for some of us to mature and see what it really is.
Do you have anything, Dr. Thompson?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, dear.
I'm proud of what you have set forth, your vision.
And that's why I honor the queen.
Oh.
You're a good man.
Coming up, therapy is something that I always wanted to do, but therapy with my mother.
How did we get here?
I don't feel like the support and love was missing. It just was not really verbalized. I just feel like I'm dealing with that in my adulthood now.
Now let me say this. Yes, the man movement wasn't a big to-do, you know, but I'm anticipating that they're going to keep building upon this. This was looked like the first meeting. So, you know, like I said, in order to eat an elephant, you gotta eat it one bite at a time. So, however, I do understand Brandon's point too. And listen, as much shade as Anthony been giving Brandon, it's about time Brandon give Anthony some shade too, okay? You're inviting your wife's his wife's ex you know, interests to the showcase. You're telling your, you know, receptionist or somebody you work with that he don't like him. You throwing your fair shade at Brandon. I think it's Brandon just feeling like this is his time to throw his fair shade up to you, Anthony, and I can kind of understand that. And he did have a point. It was, I mean, he was just saying the stuff that everybody else was thinking, which was, you know, it should be more organized. Should have some a bullhorns, a speaker, some signs so people around the block know what you're doing. You know, you may get some people who may want to join in if they understand the movement, and you could build numbers that way. So it was a little unorganized. Didn't look like they did much. A couple people spoke, but what is the mission? Kobe said the mission should be clear because it was written down and they talked about it. Did you not hear the mission, Brandon? And maybe he did, but it could have been done better. It could have been done better. Brandon is absolutely right. And it was a time to throw shade at Anthony for all the times Anthony been throwing shade at Brandon. So I get the whole thing. I get, and I understand everything. I understand why Anthony had it set up this way. I understand why Brandon responded the way he did. I understand everything. The only thing is everybody has to keep moving, keep pushing forward. You know, even Marceau said that it has to get better. So, you know, don't get mad when Brandon said it, but you didn't say nothing when Marceau said it, you know. So all right, all that being said, let's go back in. This is the therapy session, y'all. Let's see how it goes.
What up, shawty?
The sky.
You need some help?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Come on, wax on, wax off. You know we in training.
Today I'm doing therapy with my mother for the first time. I'm expecting a level of uncomfortability that is gonna allow us to hopefully be vulnerable and answer some really tough questions. So I'm expecting a roller coaster of emotions, so we'll see.
You ready for your session?
Yes.
I feel like this is so overdue. And I have so much faith that if they are able to get to the bottom and the root cause of a lot of things, that it'll have a better effect, you know, on our marriage and clearing things up for us. I mean...
Well, let me say this. I know I'd be kind of hard on Christina, but I am glad she is supporting her man in this way on getting therapy, especially with his mother. Sometimes it does take a woman to kind of push a man to kind of fix some things in his past and fix some things in himself, you know. So I'm gonna give her some credit where it's due. Part of me still feel like it's something she holds over his head, but I don't doubt that she do want her man to be well-rounded and have a good relationship with his mother. Maybe it's so that they can have a better relationship, but you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. So just take it with a grain of salt and say, I'm gonna just give her props and say, look, shout out to Christina for supporting her man in this way. Just don't beat him over the head with it and use it against him when you're trying to make a point or hold something over his head. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's go in.
Who's that, the popo?
I don't know. Let's see.
I know that ain't my mama knocking like that.
Your mom do be knocking like the popo.
Who is it?
Kathy. You got a strong knock there.
Yeah, really strong knock.
How are you? Welcome to our humble abode.
This is new territory for me and my mother. I don't believe she's ever had therapy. I've definitely never had therapy. I'm actually glad that I'm finally doing it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm still terrified.
Hello there.
How are you?
Good.
I get to
How
see you
are
in
you?
person. Yeah.
So the therapist, her name is Kalima. She came very highly recommended by Russell.
How are you?
Kalima.
Nice to meet you, Kalima.
Thank you for having me come by.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this.
Well, the worst case scenario that could happen today would be me breaking down and crying while my mother is sitting there having zero reaction. But my expectations are that I'm gonna be on the other side of this therapy session with more enlightenment and a plan to try to, get a better relationship with my mother and a plan to start therapy, individually for myself.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm glad that you reached out as you did. I know today we're trying to get to the bottom of what's been happening with you and your life and where you are right now, and as you're transitioning into becoming way more successful and growing your business so big. Lots of challenges come up around family and relationships, and being able to be together and talk about these things is never easy. But what I want to start with is kind of how did we get here? Why are we here right now as far as you all are concerned as it relates to your relationship? How would you say that?
Well, I would just say that it's a very high and by kind of relationship.
Well, let me say this first real quick. Body language is pretty big, and I don't think I don't like to laugh about it, but I don't think that him and his mother could be sitting further apart on the same couch. I mean, they are hugged up in each corner of this couch. Couch is pretty big, so she got to look across to him, and you would think that they would be sitting together holding hands or something and going through the therapy, but maybe if they were doing that, they wouldn't need therapy. But his mother is so distant, and I think as a reaction, he's distant. And I don't think they could be sitting further apart from each other. his mother is a bit of a mystery. How did she end up with a brother in the hood, being married, having his kid, and not being very affectionate? Like, probably why his father left. I don't know, but that's just speculation. But his mother is a bit of a mystery to me, and she's content with just being by herself. I don't know. Sometimes part of me wonders, do she regret starting a family with black people? I mean, that's a fair question, because she wasn't with his father no more. She's distant from him. She liked the distance. It's almost like she's trying to get back to her white roots, or have a social life that's, that excludes that part of her life. I mean, this is all speculation in my opinion, but I'm grasping for straws at this point. But I mean, looking at her distance away from Brandon, it's almost as if she wants to be done with that phase in her life. Almost like, dealing with all these black people and having these kids and all this. I want to be done with that phase of my life. I like my life as it is right now. I could be by myself. I can live my own culture, and that whole thing was a mistake. I got to get back to being me. That's just my guess, okay? And I'm gonna admit it's just a guess, but the distance is kind of telling me something with this woman. She seemed to have a bit of I don't want to say regret, but it seemed like she has a bit of a wall up against that whole family, that whole black family. So she's a bit of a mystery to me. But let me stop talking. Let's let the therapist talk.
We didn't do a lot of communicating. I don't feel like the support and love was missing. It just was not really verbalized. And I just didn't I just feel like I'm dealing with that in my adulthood now.
So it sounds like she was there physically and emotionally for you in some ways, but just definitely the communication was kind of limited in terms of having conversations and talking about life and things like that. Okay.
It's not like I didn't try.
Oh, well, I'd say more.
Okay, because I would ask him a question, ask him how he felt, and he just didn't answer. Hey, put your tongue in your mouth and roll over on the bed and...
You said my thumb in my mouth? So this was what age were you?
8, maybe younger than that. I don't know exactly how old you were.
He was a kid.
But I'd ask him, what do you feel? What can I do? And he's just didn't say anything. I think that set the tone for us not really verbalizing well with each other. And I guess I didn't know how to pull things out of him. So after a while, you just kind of give up and it's okay the way it is.
My mother says that I didn't engage with her when she tried to talk to me when I was young. It hurts to hear that. I wouldn't want to make my mother feel shut out of my life, but I was just a kid, so I don't think that should have been the reason why you cut off all, attempts to try to talk.
So where would you say you all are now, and where would you like to go?
I do want to have conversations with you sometimes.
Conversations with you sometimes. Lands how? How did you hear that?
It just sounded like you could live with it or without it.
Oh, ouch. Say it again.
You could live with it or without it.
Let it out, it's okay. You got it.
Next on Love and Marriage Detroit.
The past several months, we've been having some gaps and some challenges in our communication. And, you know, it's important to me that we stay locked in. I think we should visit this couples therapy, couples counseling.
It seems to me like there has been a breakdown in the communication between the two of you.
Somebody was telling me today, well, I talk to my mother every single day. Well, that's not going to happen.
We are at the One Dope Showcase. Today is the day.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? What is Lyrique doing here?
I may make a comeback.
You need to.
Like I said, man, I'm rocking heavy with Brandon right now, okay? What is Lyrique doing there? Anthony just didn't care what Dog thought, and he invited Lyrique anyway. What is his wife doing talking to him? What is she doing talking to him? Everybody disrespecting Brandon. Everybody disrespecting Brandon. His mother said, oh, well, everybody talk to their mama every day. Well, that ain't gonna happen with me. Everybody disrespecting this dude. He don't deserve this. His mother may have some mental health issues. I'm gonna just keep it real. She seems detached from that whole family. She seemed detached. Anthony is disrespectful. Now Christina is being disrespectful. I mean, that's a bit of a guess. So, I mean, it ain't disrespectful yet. She talking to an old friend, I guess, but Christina has to know how Brandon feels about Lyrique. So why are you even entertaining this dude, for real? You know how your husband feel about this whole situation. He being disrespected by everybody. Shout out to Brandon, man. You got to keep your enemies close, friends close, and enemies closer, because it seems like everybody kind of want to crap on you, man. They do. They just want to crap on you. You don't deserve this, man. Pack up your bags, man, and leave Detroit. Go to Huntsville or something. I don't know. Then again, I don't think that's the solution. After I seen what's going on there, but you don't deserve this. Shout out to Brandon. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'd be interested. Was I off on something? Did I